My name is Gabunga Anson Chiribachi. We are going to discuss the trends in emerging technology in the past 10 decades. And the first technology we want to look at is the partial computing. Partial computing is the next step in bringing together the physical and the digital world, where we are already seeing with virtual reality and augmented reality apps. As we are looking at augmented reality, you will realize that the virtual reality digitalizes objects that connects with and creates digital representation of the next world. We have realized that using partial computing, it helps us to go ahead to create partial mapping that lets computers to coordinate and to control movement and interaction. Another trend we are looking at is media and media consumption. As you look at media, you realize that the past 10 years have already greatly shaped how and where we consume, the way we consume data. In the early 2000s, many technology firms were still focused on expanding communication with work through advanced bandwidth and videos, streaming, and other medias consumptions that is commonly used today. So you realize that when we are looking at the trends, the different trends in digital in the development, you realize that digital tools for education and reskilling has also created a lot of improvement, as you can realize that all universities teach their students online. When we are looking at the trends the trends we have undergone, there is a change in the use of mobile technology. Today, as we are looking at the trends here, you realize digital technologies has increased to person. People are now using mobile phones. People are using different kind of gadgets to facilitate, to teach, and they are personalizing most of these things. So you realize that the trends of technology is growing wider and wider, while many students use them in their daily lives. You will also realize that digital technologies is now for learning, and for educators, often they used to ban these kind of gadgets. They used to think to spoil the learners, to maybe make learners not continue learning very well. But mobile learning has now involved a lot of technology. It is now wireless. We have devices which are wireless, and the purpose is learning. So you realize that as you continue studying, you realize that a lot of issues are taking place in this technology. You also realize that there is a lot of developing of high-tech learning space. This technique, as you look here, you realize that we have seen that it is now a reality that before we could not imagine that one could have an interaction in a manner that we are interacting. We are interacting with machines, with robots, artificial intelligences, now functionalities are in the teaching, and they are helping in the learning process. So as members, you may continue realizing, you realize some of these are now acceptable programs, and therefore coding and configurations in the teaching system. You realize that we have the data storage. Data storage has moved to cloud. Previously, historically, we could enter our data in a different way compared to today. We could enter data either soft or locally on desktops, but today we find that data sets has grown and has become complex, so we find rapid transfer of data, and this has also come to cloud, and this is cloud computing. It has enabled firms to ensure that their conduct best is storage of data is good, and it has also enabled cloud computing, which has enabled the firms to conduct critical business functions, ranging from the conduct of human resource. All that is a result of merging technology. So I think with all this, we need to accept that technology has come on board and has been emerging in different fashions. So I need to encourage you members that let's embrace the technology which is currently on board. Let's continue searching, and let's continue wishing to see the best in the future.